I like the fact that, the house was beautiful, but they didn't spend much time on the house. It was about the pool. I respect that.
They didn't waste time in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't want that, the lights are out. What's that noise? Creepy shit. I mean, fuck that. We've seen that so many times. It's about a pool. Give us as many scenes with the pool as possible.
Speaking of pool scenes, one of the very first scenes that I was like, okay, that's pretty dope, is the mom was in the water. And when she came out, you could see in the background, like, the entities. Mm-hmm. And they were just they were in the background and came forward just enough for you to see that there were like 4 or 5 of them standing there. And I don't think, isn't that the one? Yeah, you didn't even notice it.
Yeah, I missed. And I don't really catch that shit, too.
Right. That's the shit that we love. And I just thought that was really well done. A lot of the water scenes I thought were really well done, minus the deep dive into the depths.
Yeah, I kind of wish they just wouldn't have. I don't know. I wish they wouldn't have went so CGI with it. And so I started to get Aquaman vibes.
Well, the thing about it, I don't think there's much CGI. It's just the CGI that was in it was really fucking bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some more positive points.
Another shot that I thought was really clever, and it was just a brief little moment, was when the little boy was on the diving board and he was trying to get the cat that was on the floaty, and it was shooting from above, and you saw just past the diving board was the drain where everything was getting sucked down into. Mm-hmm. And it was just enough creepy factor, and it was just a moment, but I thought it was just very clever.
Right.
Yeah. And one thing that I thought that they could have used more of is the little girl that gets killed in the beginning. She, you see her at the very end kind of point, tell the mom that, hey, you're kind of upside down, you're going the wrong way type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was it. I mean, they tried to do this thing where she was in the drain, but she, but it turned out to be something else and tried to kill the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But other than that, they really didn't drive home the fact that this little girl was an ally or anything like that. He just had that like one scene. Yeah, that was kind of fucking stupid. That was a cop out to end the movie. That's what it was.
It was like, what do we do here? We'll make this little girl important for 5 seconds.
Yeah, remember the first one that got killed with the bunny slippers?
By the way, that bothered me. That fucking scene bothered me because bunny slippers would not fucking just float back up. And by the way, only one floated up.
Yeah.
Did he steal the other one?
We all float down here.
Well, nobody should be floating.
Whatever.
It's just a lot of things that didn't make sense in this movie.
It didn't make sense, but I don't care enough for it to bother me.
Another scene that I liked, when I was thinking about the little girl, reminded me of the mother when the mom of the current family goes to see the little girl's mom that passed away. And she turned her head and gave that creepy ass smile and had the black running down as her tears. And then it comes out. Was it her nose or her mouth? It just dripped out.
It started dripping out of like her eyes. And
but
her
it was
nose.
It was her nose. And I was just like, ooh, like that was like just enough creep that I was like, it got me.
Yeah. She was, I guess, permanently goofy.
Yeah.
By the way, that scene, I do like that, but I didn't like her as an actress. I thought she sucked.
Yeah.
She was too over the top, too fucking goofy for my taste.
Right. She gave away the scene before they even talked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can tell something was up.
Yeah, and I guess she was kind of like, okay, she's a casualty of the sacrifice, I guess.
I don't know. They didn't do a good job explaining. Apparently,
well, I think
it just becomes a part of you.
Well, I think the reason why nothing happens to the mom at the end or anything like that is because the dad sacrificed himself.
Yeah, but they didn't explain why there had to be a sacrifice. Like why? Like they got away, but the dad still had to sacrifice himself.
Right. Well, somebody, whatever was in that pool is not going to let him go. it was going to have an attachment to somebody.
Right, because they tried to get the boy to go away, and it started festering in him again.
Right.
And they were pulling him away from the pool.
That's where the dad realized, oh, shit, it has to have a sacrifice.
Okay. And just... Yeah. That's how I feel about this movie. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not a great way to kick off the year.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't love the movie. It kind of is what it is. I would have liked for this not to have been the first movie. This would have been a decent, like, middle of the year movie. At least give us like some good stuff to start it off, and then, maybe it wouldn't be so harsh on this one.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, let's talk about some reviews before we talk about our final thoughts and reviews on Night Swim. IMDb gave it a 5 out of 10.
I think it's fair. I think it's middle of the road.
And our fans and friends over at Rotten Tomato gave it a 25%.
1 out of 4 people liked it.
I'm surprised Rotten Tomatoes gave it that high, honestly. I thought they would have rated it a little bit lower. But if you're thinking about going out and watching this movie, my suggestion is wait. I would say wait for a streaming service. This is a stay-at-home Netflix movie. Honestly, this movie shouldn't have went to theaters. Just my personal opinion. I think it should have been a Shudder exclusive or Netflix exclusive.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Not quite theater quality, but it is what it is, and
Yeah, as you can tell, we're very not enthused about this movie. So I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5, personally.
Well, I'm going to stick to, I didn't love this movie. I didn't hate this movie. I thought it was middle of the road. I'm giving it a very low 3.
Very low 3.
You stole my answer. We already talked about this, so I'm not bluffing.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt the same way. Like, I didn't absolutely love this movie, but I definitely didn't hate it to the extent that you did, and that's fine. So I feel like it's a solid 3.
Okay. I mean, hey, you're entitled to y'all's opinions. I'm just, I feel like I'm getting more nitpicky with all the horror movies that are coming out now because we have to watch so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the flaws are being pointed out so much more for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, so that's going to be it. Stay tuned. We'll have more reviews coming down the road. If you get a chance, check us out on TikTok at Horrible Podcast TikTok, and we are also on Instagram, if I could talk today, which a Horrible Podcast. Well, not but Horrible Podcast. You know what I mean. You're smart. But I'm JT Ripper.
And I'm Todd of Thunder saying toodaloo.
That was your cue.
That didn't make any sense to me.
I'm JT Ripper.
And I'm Todd of Thunder saying toodaloo.
Stay spooky.
Be bad and be good at it.
Lord.